Don't you ever wish you could go back? With all the knowledge you have now?
Uncle Rico is the main character of Jared Hess's 2004 movie Napoleon Dynamite, and a personal hero of mine. He doesn't do anything especially heroic in the movie, but something about the way that he lives with his trauma really speaks to me. Rico hasn't moved on from 1982, when he was a rising college football star and had his whole life ahead of him. His obsession with the past has affected everything from his fashion sense to his relationships.
So you and Tammy still together?
No, not really.
Why is that?
Well, she's jealous. Says I'm living too much in 82.
He's so desperate to go back and put things right that he even falls for a time machine scam. Everything's been going wrong ever since that day, since the big loss at the big game.
Well, if Coach would have put me in fourth quarter, we'd have been state champions, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. You better believe things would have been different.
And Rico's not alone in wanting to go back and change or relive things. That same desire is something I think we all want at some point or another, and it's the core of a lot of great stories throughout history. For example, A Distant Neighborhood is a 1998 manga by Jiro Taniguchi, and it tells the story of Hiroshi Nakahara, an overworked Japanese businessman who accidentally travels back to his childhood body with his adult mind and memories intact. Hiroshi realises that he's gone back to the summer that saw his dad leave home and never return, and he decides to investigate the disappearance to see if he can stop it from ever happening. But having found the time over summer to be a kid again, and enjoy the freedom that his work and family life in the present had sucked away from him, he can't bring himself to stop his dad from leaving, as when his dad tells him that he only ended up in Hiroshi's hometown by accident, and only stayed out of obligation, Hiroshi can relate, because he's felt those same paternal pressures in his own life, and understands now how much that escape meant to his dad when he chose to leave. And in letting his dad go, he learns a valuable lesson about giving up what you've got. The Twilight Zone's best episode, Walking Distance, tells a similar story. Martin Sloan, vice president of an advertising agency, takes a drive into the countryside to escape his stressful city life.
Yesterday I just got in the car and drove. I had to get out of New York City. One more board meeting, phone call, report, problem. Probably would have jumped right out the window.
He ends up only a mile and a half away from his hometown, somewhere he hasn't been back to in over 20 years. He travels into town and is delighted that it's just how he remembers it. And it's only when he actually meets the child version of himself, carving his initials into a bandstand as he once did, that he realises he's gone back to the summer of 1934, a summer that he remembers fondly. He tries to convince his parents that he's the fully grown version of their son, but they think he's a madman. He tries to speak to his younger self, to tell him to cherish these youthful summer days, but he only scares himself off. Having seen the truth in Martin's words and identification, Martin's dad convinces him that he doesn't belong here anymore, and that he never will again.
You have to leave here. There's no room. There's no place. Do you understand that?
And summarises beautifully the folly of trying to go back to the past.
That little boy, the one I know, the one who belongs here, this is his summer, just as it was yours once. Don't make him share it.
It's a lesson for both Martin and anyone watching who shares that same desire.
I've been living at a dead run and I was tired. And one day I knew I had to come back here. I had to come back and get on a merry-go-round and eat cotton candy and listen to a band concert.
Maybe when you go back, Martin, you'll find that there are merry-go-rounds and band concerts where you are. Maybe you haven't been looking in the right place. You've been looking behind you, Martin. Try looking ahead.
But Uncle Rico, he has to live with the regret and the wondering how things could have been different. Because he doesn't get a bizarre supernatural experience that teaches him to let go of the past. But Rico has something better. Something we all have. A future